Hey guys, some of you may have seen the video that I uploaded. It's a fast forward, really quick. I think it's 60 seconds unboxing of the Tamiya TT02 chassis. I bought the one with the Porsche 911 GT3R body. I thought that was really cool. Um, this is just for parking lot racing with a few friends, and maybe we'll get some other people to join in. That would be great, but nothing crazy competitive. We're going to keep the cars really simple. I ordered a few extra things that I thought were really important coming out of the gate, and those were bearings. The bearings that you see here didn't come with the kit. These are from Fushi Bearing. I bought these on Amazon. I talked to a guy for a little bit, and he said that these are really good bearings for the price, that they're pretty nice. They feel nice. The tolerances are great. And so I snagged a pair of these on Amazon. I think they were 14 bucks or so, dropped at my door, but I'll leave a link down below. The other thing that I ordered was high-speed gearing. I'll probably drive the car box stock other than the bearings, and I ordered the aluminum drive shaft from Tamiya. So what we have here is the bags of hardware, the torque tune motor that comes with the kit. These are the bushings. There's some bronze bushings and some plastic bushings that come with the kit. They work, but they will wear out. I put these in my Hornet when I built my first Tamiya buggy, my first Tamiya kit. It was the Hornet, and it had these plastic bushings. I don't think it had any bronze bushings, but I drove that car morning, noon, and night, so needless to say, these didn't last very long, and I ended up pulling the car apart, which wasn't too complicated, but I did put bearings in. One thing, a little trick that I'll share before I cut these open is, rather than cut the bags open and just dump them out on your bench, what I do is I had a really cool divided container. It's like an oversized cupcake pan. But so what I did was I just went up in the kitchen when my wife wasn't around, and I got some of her Pyrex dishes, and then I just mark each one. Use a little piece of masking tape. A, B, C. You get the picture, right? So I take each bag and just cut it open. And what I'm going to do is I'll cut these bags open and we'll check them out. Then I'll throw them in here. But I just want to let you guys check out what's in the bag. So here's parts bag A. So we got some other little bags, little Allen wrench, which this usually goes right into the recycling. And this is the Tamiya grease that comes with the kit. And then here we have the pinion for the motor. Let's see, a couple other little screws. I don't know if you can see it or not, so I can find it for you. There's the grub screw right there to secure the pinion to the motor shaft. So that's one. We'll dump that out in container A. What else we got? It's just another bag of, another small bag of screws. I've been building kits ever since that Hornet that I mentioned came out, and to me, it's such great quality. I know if you watch some of their old videos on YouTube, there's a promo video that's about an hour long, and it says, Tamiya Plastics Model Corporation, first in quality around the world. I believe that. They really are. I don't know if they're first in quality, but they're right up there, man. Their stuff is really nice. This is a spacer that goes between the motor. That was in the A bag. Grease was in there. Not that we're going to leave that in there, but all right, let's move the B bag into position. So yeah, this just keeps everything organized. When I was a kid, I just jumped it. I say a kid. I was a kid. I guess I was about 14 or 15. I would just dump everything out. We had just a wood coffee table downstairs, and I would put on the TV and dump everything out, all the parts and the screws. I try to keep this bag dumped out over here, and then another bag dumped out over there, but they always end up getting mixed together. And I was in a rush, and I did it, but thank God it wasn't a more complicated kit than the Hornet, because I had parts everywhere. This is a little piece of foam. Some of you are watching this saying, I know what that is. I don't know what that is. We'll find out. Another one of these little cross wrenches. If I have one of these, I have 20 of these. I bet I have more than 20. I actually thought of taking one and drilling a hole in it and hanging one from the rearview mirror in my truck. And yeah, I have a million of these. Here's the shock springs, or springs for the dampers. Never got used to calling them dampers, but shocks for the dampers. And I'm still looking at possibly upgrading the shocks, but I am going to run it with just the stock dampers before I order shocks. I was thinking of ordering the kit from Tamiya. Somebody gave me the part number for that. And then I also saw the ones from Yeah Racing that look pretty cool, and I've used some of their stuff on other kits and stuff that I like. So here's some shoulder screws. And I think I remember back in the day that these looked, see, that's got a thread just up at the top by the head. I don't know if that's showing up or not. I'll dump this in. Let's see, it's just got thread just up at the very top there. So I imagine that goes in to a suspension arms. And you just need that little bit of thread to secure it in place, but otherwise the suspension arm pivots on that. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So that's A, B, and I don't see a C. C. Never have too many zip ties. Zip ties. And then here we have, I'm going to leave these in the plastic bag. There's some body clips. I imagine that those screws in there are part of fastening the spoiler to the body. There's machine screws, washers, and some pins. Cut that open. Double-sided tape. That's got to be for the ESC, I think. And then we have some more screws. These are the lock nuts to hold the wheels in place. Guess how many there are. So, yep, more screws, and then the lock nuts for the wheels. This bag, which I'm going to leave sealed for now, this has clips and little black O-rings. So I'm thinking those clips may be the ones for the body, and those other larger clips may be for the spoiler. I'm not sure, but we won't cut that one, but we'll put it in. I made a separate container. I got a D container here, so we'll put some of that stuff in there. And then we have these other pieces of double-sided tape. I'll bet that's for holding the spoiler on. I'm really looking forward to this kit. I love building. This kit looks really simple. I can't imagine it would take more than a few hours to assemble without going into any add-ons, just building the bone stock kit. It looks pretty straightforward, but the body looks like it's going to take a while, and I'm pretty psyched about that. So there's the torque tuned motor. And then this is another small bag that was kind of hard to really see what it was in that other video. So this looks like some, oh yeah, these are the bevel gears, all plastic. So like I said, this is how we're going to run it right out of the box. We're just going to want to, it's a fairly inexpensive kit considering you get a motor and a speed control and a nice body and all that. We want to keep that in check if we can, and get carried away if you want, because there's really no rules. But we want to, it's more fun when it's even, right? So bevel gears, we'll throw that in the little D container. Here's the spur, and more gears for the differentials. And then this package here, this is just the servo saver. The servo saver is exactly what it sounds like. It takes some of the stresses off the servo. If you had a direct link from the servo to the steering, the servo takes all the jolts. And this, in a really bad crash, this will help absorb some of that. From what I understand, some people bypass this for a tighter steering. I'm not really sure on this kit, but I don't think I will be skipping the servo saver if that's in fact true. I don't think that that many people are skipping the servo saver and running directly to just a horn on the servo. So that's the servo saver, and then these little pieces here. I know the name of those. It escapes me right now, and I am going to throw those back in this little bag because I will be looking for those and won't be able to find them if I don't. Piece of tape around this bag just to try to keep that in place. Now I'll show you another box of junk. This is the servo that I bought. Actually, I bought a few of these, and I bought some other bearings and odds and ends. But this is the servo that I bought. I bought this on Amazon. I have one in a Traxxas Rustler, and I think I even put one in a Traxxas Sledge, but I don't have that truck anymore. But it comes with a nice aluminum horn. It's a 25 tooth. Nice. It's got like a gunmetal anodized to it. I don't know if that's showing up or not. There's the screw to mount it to the servo. Here's a look at the servo itself. It's got a nice, the main body of the servo case is aluminum, and this is a digital servo. And I was really happy with them. They center really well. That when the steering comes back to neutral, it doesn't come back to neutral and then wander trying to find neutral. It comes right back and it just holds still. Yeah, good servo, good bang for the buck. I'll put a link to this down below, and you can check out all the technical info on that. Another Amazon find. Some people say you should support your local hobby shop. I absolutely 100 agree with that 110%. Unfortunately, I no longer have a local hobby shop. And I guess we can blame ourselves for that, but they're all gone. At least, there's a couple. I'm in Connecticut. There's a couple in Connecticut, but nothing near me. I order a lot on Amazon, and some of the RC stuff I order on Amazon. I will say that like a lot of the kits that I order from online hobby shops. Like I ordered the 911. I ordered the 911 from A-Main. I ordered the X-Max from A-Main, and I ordered let's see, what's that? The Thundershot 2022, the Wild one, and then the Low C. You can even see that. That's the Supermoto. And then these are all the other kits they ordered. I think I did a video on those already. This is the Brat, the Fox, the Aqua Shot, and then the Super Shot. But ordered all those, and that Rustler, and some other cars. Where's my slashes? Oh yeah, that one. This is just that's an original Hornet actually. It's just got some tires on it from an old Blazing Star. I think those are from the Blazing Star. But yeah, all this stuff came from, actually, I think all of this, yeah, it all came from A Main. Actually, the X-Max came from a hobby shop down in Texas, but the TT02, all these kits here, which I'll be building, I hope, these, the Supermoto, all came from A Main. And they're online, and I'm not supporting my local hobby shop, but I am supporting a hobby shop, and I think that's important. But that's the video, guys. I just wanted to share everything that came with the TT02 as far as hardware, and yeah, really not a lot of stuff. I may order the shocks just to give me the oil shocks, just to give me something extra to do. But diff gears, servo saver, the digital servo. Where's those? Here's those bronze bushings. I save these, like I save anything else. It's RC related, but and the bearing kit, the Fushi bearing kit, and I will leave the link to that down below. So, okay, guys, thanks for watching the video. That is all the hardware that came with my TT02 chassis, and I also showed you the bearings and the digital servo that I'm going to be using, and I will leave the link for that down below. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you enjoy the few little videos that I put up. Making the videos is just a little hobby. I enjoy it, and I hope the stuff that I share is kind of fun for you guys to watch. But yeah, give the video a thumbs up, a like, and if you leave a comment, that is super, super helpful. You can say, hey, that was a great video, or you can say, hey, that video was really lousy. You can tell me the video is boring and I'm going to go cry myself to sleep. Just leave a comment. Just keep it clean. It really helps the channel. All right, guys. Thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate it. We'll see you next time.